So I'm back in my gym here, and this is my lifting platform. And it used to be located on the other side of this room here, and I recently relocated it over here. And one thing I noticed is that the floor over here is not very level, and also it's like a little bit warped. So over on this side, that's kind of moving. As you can see here, this right here is kind of bent. So I use my level. It's definitely not level in many places. So I kind of looked online about what is it that people do to level out their lifting platforms. Saw a lot of different ideas. Some people were doing self-leveling cement. Some people were using like 16th inch and 18th inch ply. And then also I saw some ideas for shingles. So I picked up some shingles, and I also do have some 16th inch plywood as well. So, actually I think I have 1/4 inch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this all apart. This has 3 layers. It has 2 layers of OSB, and then it has the plywood and the horse stall mats on top. So I'm gonna take the first 2 layers off, and then I'm gonna use shingles and maybe some wood, we'll see, level out the bottom there, then put the top layer, another layer of OSB on top of that, and then put these top layers of horse stall mats and the plywood on top of that, and see if I can get it leveled out. Okay, so I'm going to change plans here. The floor is so unlevel in so many different places that I don't think I'm going to be able to level in between the layers of OSB. I'm actually going to take these up off the floor, put shingles all over to try to level it out, and then try to put the OSB on top of that and see how that works. So I would say one of the advantages of these shingles is that you can kind of stack them and layer them any way you'd like. I would guess most people's floors aren't as uneven as mine. It looks like I have a good crack right here, and it's just kind of all over the place. As you can see how I've arranged these, it's not perfect, but I think this should be a good support base. I've kind of got a shallow area here, over there a little bit here, and then obviously over here, there's all kinds of different variations on the depth. So I think this should be a good base for putting down the OSB. The disadvantage of the shingles here is these little stones all over the place, which when you kneel on them, definitely use some knee pads if you're gonna do this, because that kind of hurts, and then also it's just kind of a mess. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna vacuum these up before I throw down the boards. So I'm gonna go grab the vacuum, throw it on the boards, and see how it looks. Okay, so why would I vacuum that up? I kind of had a feeling that maybe with some of that gravel underneath the OSB, I'd get like a crunching sound, which would drive me nuts. So I vacuumed that up, and I'm gonna throw these down. And I'm kind of thinking already, when I finish the basement off and I want this to be a permanent place for my lifting platform, maybe I will use some self-leveling cement, make some sort of form that I can put this in. But for now, this looks like it should work, so let's test it out. Okay, I've got 2 layers of OSB down, and I just screwed them together. It was a little hard to find those old screw holes, but it looks like everything's lining up exactly the way it was before. So I'm gonna do some testing with the level. That right there is pretty much dead on. This surprisingly almost looks like it could get more on that side, but it's still pretty good. So it's looking pretty good. Over there I have about 4 shingles in height added underneath there, so that was a pretty big difference across here, and then obviously in the different areas around too. I was especially under here, it was when I would stand here, you could tell it flexed a little, but now that I have those shingles under there, it's not doing that as much. So that's really nice. So I'm gonna get the rest of the pieces on and then we'll test it out. So, this is much better. I can already tell. It feels really solid. It's not flexing like it was before. It's much more level. So I can already tell this is going to be a much better platform for lifting from. So this actually worked out better than I was expecting with the shingles. And this should probably work really well for me until I finish off the basement and finish off the gym area, which is probably going to be a couple of years from now. And at that time, I'll probably reevaluate if I want to do something else under here to get it really level. But this looks like it worked really well. I didn't see any YouTube videos of anyone doing this, but I did read on some forums people suggesting doing this. So for anybody out there that has a lifting platform in a garage that maybe has a slope of some kind for drainage, or a basement floor or old garage slab like this that has some cracks or maybe wasn't laid perfectly level, this really worked well to help refine the floor's levelness and get the platform flat. So leave some comments in the comment section. Thanks.